Welcome back to Arc Maine. Coming up next week, the Hearts of Pine will be taking the field at home in Portland for their very first ever international match. The Hearts will be hosting the Halifax Wanderers, a team from the Canadian Premier League.
The match will be a friendly, and Maine's Governor Janet Mills claims this is a result of her mission to Atlantic Canada in June, during which she discussed hosting the international match with the Nova Scotia Premier. Joining us this morning to talk about the match and its importance is Gabe Hoffman-Johnson, the founder and community officer of the Portland Hearts of Pine. Thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Oh man,
before
yeah, I know you're like a monthly visitor here to the station, right?
Yeah.
A regular. You should be on the payroll. So anyway, I mean, before we talk about this big match, let's talk. We're basically at the halfway point of the season.
Yep.
You guys are 4 wins, 3 losses, 8 ties.
Yep.
In league play. I mean, on the field, you have to be pretty excited the way you guys have played.
Yeah, I think so. You know, for a team that, you know, all new players, you know, it's January we didn't have any players, you know, and have to build this entire roster from scratch. But I think that the product in the field has been fantastic. Really proud of the way we've played, and it's been a really special start. We're in the playoff position for the very first time, so yeah, special time for performance on the field.
Wow, and you guys, you know, have had a lot of sold-out games, a really great crowds, tons of people.
Yep. How
has that been, seeing so many people coming out and supporting the team?
Yeah, super special. Yeah, I mean, we've sold out every game that we've played. I think that's one of those. It's a good problem to have, but I think there's lots of people who are really excited that want to get to the games that can't. Just sort of a supply-demand issue, but it's been really special. I think the sort of community feel and the support for, you know, this soccer club of Maine has been incredible.
And a lot of people, they love to go watch soccer, but I've talked to people that are not even soccer fans,
right,
that have gone, and the atmosphere with the food trucks and the cheering and the bands and the drums and the flags, that really what draws people, I think.
Yeah, very intentional. I think the you know, the supporter culture is definitely unique to soccer, and I think the way that we think about these game days, it's pro soccer meets street festival, meets farmers market or a fair, and really want to draw people in to just enjoy that sort of communal celebration. You know, it's just full of joy, full of goodness, and an opportunity to really bring people together in a unique way that doesn't happen too often. And I think that's the magic, when you can get people that aren't necessarily soccer fans but are, you know, just want to be a part of something special. That's when you really can see success.
You guys have a really special week coming up. August 6th, the Hearts will play and host their first ever international match against the Halifax Wanderers. How excited is the team right now for that?
Yeah, really excited. I mean, I think we're both sort of the northeasternmost professional teams in our respective countries, and we'd had some conversations with them about wanting to play them, and then, you know, obviously with the governor's trip and sort of the important context of that relationship with Canada right now, you know, I think just speaks to, you know, our intentions, really the power of sport and our interest in using our platform to contribute, and just was a phenomenal opportunity for us to invite them down and really use the power of soccer to help unify. How is it,
You know, you get the governor to help you guys out to get this incredible opportunity. I mean, how was it working with her and making this thing happen?
Yeah, no, incredible. I think there's a recognition of, you know, yes, this is a soccer club, but it really is an investment in the vitality of Maine. And I think that there's so much joy and community impact from what we're doing on and off the pitch, right? So to have people that, you know, and I would highly encourage anyone to come and really be a part of what we're doing here. It's kind of one of those things, if you want to be a part of it, you already are. So to have, you know, Governor Mills, and we've had, you know, a few other sort of celebrity style guests, but it's this game can attract, and I think if you put the right pieces in place, you know, that becomes more than just soccer, and I think that's what's really drawing people in.
Yeah, so this game's called a friendly. For folks that aren't familiar with that term, don't know much about soccer, what does that exactly mean?
Just not a league game.
Yeah.
So, and this is one of the unique pieces about soccer, is we can host, you know, these international friendlies. So it doesn't mean anything for league points or anything like that, but we'll be, you know, competitive on the field. I think there's something special to celebrate about a Canadian team coming down, but then for those 90 minutes, it's going to be, we're trying to beat them, they're trying to beat us, and we're going to enjoy that. But yeah, just a exhibition, I guess, is another word that maybe people would be more familiar with.
Exhibition, but they want to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hey, Governor Mills said she wants to, quote, thank the leadership of the Hearts of Pine for their extraordinary efforts to bring this match to Maine in support of stronger international ties. What does that mean to be hosting a game knowing you'll have support? I mean, again, not just the greater Portland area. You're talking the entire state and into Canada.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's really why we're here, right? Yes, we play in Portland, but we do consider ourselves the soccer club of Maine, and there's a foundational reason for being, sort of as I mentioned earlier, of finding ways to use this club and the real power of soccer to contribute towards building a better Maine. You know, and phenomenal to have her interest and support. I remember I gave her the jersey that she brought up to Nova Scotia for her trip, and sort of shared that we had some conversations with them, and that level of excitement. I think that's the soccer is sort of the great leveler, right? It's just like you know, it's the largest game in the world, the largest global common language. You know, and I think we're certainly just excited for this is our first international friendly, right? That in alone is exciting, and then to have it be, you know, a team coming down from Nova Scotia is even more special.
So what are the details of this game? How can people buy tickets? Are there still tickets available, and where is this happening?
There's not a lot of tickets left.
Okay.
No, a lot of the tickets have been sold already. There are some that are going to be available on our secondary marketplace, which is StubHub, but we don't control the ticket prices there. So best way to get into our stadium these days is find friends with tickets and figure out a way to get in. There are, you know, we're having conversations around, okay, is there more standing room only? I mean, one of the things that is special for this game is we are reserving spaces for Canadian fans. We should have anywhere between 75 and 100 fans coming down from Nova Scotia to support their team, which will make for a fun environment on game day.
How is it too that this is like a almost like a peace offering? Like, can't we all get along? It's you'd mentioned more than just soccer, but of course we know the rift that's been happening. A lot of the Canadian people saying they're not going to come down to Maine, and this is a way to try to go, come on, we love you, we want you to come on down,
right?
Even though we want to beat you in soccer, but right, it's more than soccer.
It's building bridges, right? I think that's what this game can do. Could consider it an olive branch, or really just a, you know, there's so much special about our relationship with Canada, and I think you know, to sort of let everything fall away and allow for soccer to do this it speaks to the power of this game, but you know, obviously super grateful for us to be the ones to be able to do this as well.
All right, sounds good.
Hey, by the way, coming up Wednesday on Arc Maine, we'll be joined live by Governor Janet Mills to talk more about the game and its mission to extend a welcoming message to our northern neighbors. And oh, by the way, Governor Mills, she's a huge Hearts of Pie fan. She has the little bucket hat. She's cheering. She even stood in the rain and watched the game, right?
Yeah. She's committed.
No, she's a super fan, I would say.
Well, we look forward to having her live on the show coming up on Wednesday to talk more Heart soccer. Hey, coming up after the breaks, not only soccer from Canada is making its way to Maine. Meteorologist Willie Santa will join us and explain the treat, if you want to call it that, we're seeing from Canada, wildfire blowing into our state.